All right, so we're going to be talking about the parts of a transverse wave. There are two types of waves that we have been studying and working with, and there are longitudinal waves, but right now we're going to be focusing on transverse waves. So we're going to talk about labeling the parts. All right, so transverse wave right here, there's the pink wave. The yellow pipe cleaner is going to serve as our medium. All right, is the medium, and the pink is going to serve as the physical wave. So the first part I want to talk about is called the crest. Let me show you on this piece of paper. The crest, C-R-E-S-T. And the crest is the highest part of a transverse wave. So remember, the wave starts on the yellow line. It's usually flat, but when a wave is a disturbance in the medium. So there is a disturbance in this line, and it comes up and creates a crest. This tip right here, this is the highest point on the wave. So that is going to be labeled the crest. All right, but if there's a highest point, then that means there has to be a lowest point, or the lowest part of a transverse wave, and that is called a trough. Trough. So right now, at the lowest point on our wave is right here. This is the trough. Next, you can see that there are two crests. And the point from one crest to another is called a wavelength. All right, a wavelength. The wavelength is the distance between one crest and the next crest. So I'm going to put that right in between it. You can see that the wavelengths right here, boom, 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 boom. And then finally, we have the amplitude right here. Amplitude. And now the amplitude is the distance from the resting position or the medium to the crest. So if you look from this yellow medium up to the crest of the pink, that is the amplitude, or that is the height. So I'm going to do it here because we have another, you can see the amplitude, right? From this yellow medium, the resting position, all the way to the height of the crest. That is the amplitude. So we have the crest, which is the highest point on the wave. There is a trough, which is the lowest part of a transverse wave. The wavelength, which is the distance between one crest and another crest. And then the amplitude, which is the height or the distance from the resting point or the medium to the crest of the transverse wave. So now you have an activity. You have popsicles, you have pipe cleaners, you have two pipe cleaners, and you also have Play-Doh. You can use whichever you want, but let's just say I was using Play-Doh. What I'm going to ask you to do, I want you to build your own transverse wave, and then you're going to label the parts as well. So I'm going to show you what I would do just to start. So I'm rolling it on the mat, trying to get it as long as possible. Rolling, 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 rolling. All right, I'm going to maybe use my hands. Turn it into a little snake. It's going to take a little patience. Don't you just love the smell of Play-Doh? Oh my gosh, this reminds me of my childhood. Using Play-Doh all the time. Building ice cream cones. Making animals, building a zoo. Whatever you wanted. Maybe you could build a beach. All right, so you're going to have to get your Play-Doh quite long and thin for this activity if you're going to have to build multiple crests. And all you're going to do, so now this is good. So let's just go ahead, turn this into a wave. Right? It kind of comes this way. You see how I made a wave? And so we kind of have our transverse wave, but it still needs a medium. So I'm going to use a pipe cleaner as a medium. Kind of plop it up there. You can adjust it. So if you want a higher crest, you could position your medium so that you have, you can make a higher crest. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. However you want. And then, just like Mr. Berglund did, you're going to have to cut out some papers and you're going to have to write wavelengths. You're going to have to write amplitude. You're going to have to write crest and trough. And then you're going to have to position where they are. All right, where's the crest? Where is the amplitude? Okay, so that is your activity. Build your own wave, your own transverse wave, and then go ahead and label it. I believe in you.